Fidel Castro came to power on December 2, 1976, after a successful uprising against the Batista regime.
Castro was willing to make changes through revolutions on his turf, as Batista's government was pregnant with corruption. He was determined to oust Batista, hungry for change. In fact, Castro formed an underground organization of supporters to actively oust Batista, in which they succeeded. One important factor that allowed the victory of Castro was his success in a classic guerrilla campaign. This methodology of 21st century warfare definitely gave him an edge against his opponents. Then another problem occurs when President Kennedy authorized the overthrow of dictator Fidel Castro. This plan to overthrow Castro started with the Eisenhower administration.
The plan consisted of CIA officials involved in training, arming, and recruiting Cuban exiles to participate in an invasion of Cuba. The objective of the plan was to storm the beach of Cuba, establish a government, and hope for a massive uprising to fight Fidel Castro. In the end, Castro successfully defended his position.
After the Bay of Pigs fiasco, Castro was concerned about the invasion of Cuba by the Americans in the future. Because of the Cold War tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union, he realized that he had to form an alliance with the Soviet Union for protection. In return, Khrushchev sent missiles to Cuba as a tool of defense against future American attacks or aggression. After these events, all hell broke loose, as the United States was alarmed by the presence of MRBMs on her neighbor's doorstep.
Cuba. San Cristobal missile sites. Offensive IRBM, also known as Intermediate Range Ballistic Missiles. This is an exclusive overview of what would have happened if the United States had provoked these IRBMs into offense. Unfortunately, early in the crisis, President Kennedy was not afraid to retaliate, at least according to this television address.
Acting therefore in the defense of our own security and of the entire Western Hemisphere, and under the authority entrusted to me by the Constitution, as endorsed by the resolution of the Congress, I have directed that the following initial steps be taken immediately. To halt this offensive buildup, a strict quarantine on all offensive military equipment under shipment to Cuba is being initiated. All ships of any kind bound for Cuba, from whatever nation or port, where they're found to contain cargoes of offensive weapons, be turned back. It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States, requiring a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union.
Luckily for the world, it was agreed that there would be no more missiles in Cuba in exchange for the United States to not invade Cuba in the future. Also, there was a secret stipulation: the United States had to remove its Jupiter missiles from Turkey.
Historians always argue over this issue, but each side had its victories. The United States eliminated its neighbors' missiles. The Soviet Union prevented future invasion of its domino. Further, each side had its losses. The United States allowed a domino to fall. The Soviet Union did not publicize its victory in Turkey. Given this, it was a tie, a stalemate.
Now, picture this. America declares nuclear war on the Soviet Union. We eliminate our enemies, but we destroy ourselves. This would have been the result of the world without a peaceful, negotiated Cuban Missile Crisis.
Therefore, this is my answer to the historical debate. Neither the United States nor the Soviet Union won. Because World War III was prevented, the world won. If the world had not won, we would not be here today.